Caro here from Lacey Creations. I'm excited today to bring you this unveiling of my first package that will go out in the mail. It's a package of all things vintage. It's eclectic and mostly pink. I've designed it around pink colourings, but of course the ephemera's all colours out of the books. So we'll start off with this nice piece of sari silk to open it, a little pink doily. This is how you'll receive it in the mail. So we have a little piece of pink lace here tying these few things together. And on this dolly peg, I've got a metre of white lace and a yard, of white lace and a yard of pink, and then that little bit of embellishment lace on top and a little pink bow tying it all together. Then in this package, it's a little package of embellishments. I won't open that one, but I have one here to show you. Do this. So you'll get each pack. I've got 12 packs made up and each pack is the same. A bit of variation in some of the papers, that's all. So you've got that. Nice little heart. Nice white piece. Couple of Tim Holtz figurines. Another heart, a white one this time. A little crochet embellishment. A couple of little tags and a craft tag. And then these little studs. Six little pale buttons, pink to creamy colours, and these little beads and two little bulb pins. So that's all inside of that little bag. And like I said, every pack has one. Pop that aside. And then this is the material pack, so it has this little frill, which I've used these on pockets or the edge of a page of your journal. A couple more little flowers for embellishments. Two little doily medallions. Piece of lace, once again, that can be used as to go on a pocket or the bottom of your journal page if you like things hanging out of your journal, or they can be cut up and used as little pieces. I've done both of those things. And this is a lovely piece of lace. There's enough there to either put on a cover or use as a pocket. Just a small piece of pocket pink. This is very vintage. These are 12-inch squares. I won't open them right up, but this is a very vintage piece of material. Very soft. And likewise, that is too. That's 12 inches as well. And this old Sanderson linen. Anybody that knows Sanderson linen will realise how old that is. And there's enough there for a cover. And then we have our first paper pack, which I did these papers in pink beetroot juice. So I cooked a couple of beetroots and then used the juice to dye these things. So you've got a couple of pages there dyed. Some little doilies, some bigger doilies. There's 2 or 3 in each lot. As you know, the doilies are very hard to pull apart. 2 glassine bags. A selection of 5 envelopes. They're roughly all the same, but a couple might have a couple different. And of course, the colours are all different because they've all been hand dyed. It's a CD cover, another envelope, and a bigger one. And then we have a nice piece of handmade paper. Though they all vary because obviously they're handmade, so every one is a little bit different. And these are just the paper towels that I dried some of the papers on when I was dyeing. So I've popped those in because they're very good for using as embellishments. You can just rip a round piece and put it on and make little clusters out of on the corners of your pages. So that's why I put those in. Piece of graph paper that's been dyed pink. Couple of pieces of tea dyed paper because I thought the light tea dyeing went better with the pink rather than the heavy coffee grungy look. More paper. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, about 7 pieces of paper, dyed paper, and 3 pieces of book page. And then comes the exciting part. So these are very eclectic set of vintage papers taken out of very old books. So I've got these 2 very old, a German dictionary there, as you can see by the colour of it how old it is, and dictionary thesaurus in English. So you've got 10 each. Oh, let me see if I can undo this. So you've got 10 each of those. A nice old piece of music, which is a double page. Can't even get it open. What's wrong with me? There we go. So a nice big double page, and they're roughly all the same. They're all the 12 packs of the same book. So there's a lot of music there for either embellishing, collaging, making clusters, all of those things, little pockets. And then we have these pages. I have to read off my notes so I haven't forgotten what I've put in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these come out of the Oxford Dictionary, I think. Yes, these came out of the Oxford Dictionary, and it's a 1962 edition, so quite old. And this is an old, this is all very slippery here. This is an old double spread page out of the Courier Mail book. And it's replicas, but it's all from the 1800s. Courier Mail articles. There's a reasonably old postcard, probably from the 1970s. I have a collection of those. And then these little ones. These come out of the Wildflower book. It's 1 page of that. And these are from the Margaret Wilson, the English Margaret Wilson book. There's 2 of those. A double spread of Edith Holden. There's This is from an old Australian gardening book. There's three pages of those. And then this is out of the oh, sorry. I'll try and mix that up. This is out of the dictionary as well. This is out of the Oxford Dictionary, the 1962 edition, and there's about 10 pages, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh, actually more. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I pulled out the bolts that were holding the signatures together, and I've given each pack a whole signature of that. So that's the 1962 Oxford Dictionary. And then in here, these are lovely. These are very old papers. So this, although this is blank, that's from a 1945 cash book that I was lucky enough to acquire. This is a double spread, and that's from a 1958 Woman's Day. This is from this little Charles Dickens book that I have here. Lovely little Charles Dickens book, and it was first published in 1857 to 58 in Great Britain. So that's a page of that. And then the most precious and most brittle are these German pages. They look gorgeous as little pieces on clusters. That's how I've used them. And they're out of this very old German book. You may be able to read. Not that I can read German, so I hope it's got all nice language in it. No bad words. Let's see. I never want to open on the page you want them. So that's 1874. You can see that there. And I was lucky enough to find these two books in the Elizabeth Street bookshop in Perth, when I was in Perth. And then we have this old piece of Tasmanian statutes. And that also was printed in the 1800s. Let me find. Oh, well, it went into the library in 1892, so it was printed before that, 1885, if you can see that. So I've just given you one page of that to make that last a few years. And this is another piece of ledger. This is written on salaries and wages, and it started in 1926. So that's lovely, and that's, oh, this side's 1925 actually. Very nice to put on tags and little pieces. If you just use little pieces at a time, you get a lot out of it. Even though it only looks like one page, you do get a lot out of it. And this here also, I had to unfortunately fold this so I could fit it into the envelope, and I'm hoping that it's not too brittle. It's quite thick, sturdy paper. But this also is out of an 1800 Dutch atlas. So you have one piece of that. And then in this bag, I tried to put these under my antique paper press, but it still didn't stop them from curling. So anyway, first of all, we've got this 3D embossed rose that I did on my scissors, and a piece of embossed paper. Nothing old about that. Just a lot of work. It took me all day to do all that embossing. And then in here, I've just given you 2 pieces of pianola roll. So as I say, I had these in my antique book press. I had them overnight and they still didn't stop curling. So even though it feels brittle, it must be very strong paper. And then a piece of, I have one small roll of, I think it's very antique wallpaper because it doesn't have the pasting on the back. So it's very old, if not antique, wallpaper. And I've only got one roll, so I just cut that into pieces as well. Okay, ladies, that's all I have for you today. I hope you'll enjoy these packs. I've got 12 of them for sale. If you're interested, you can PM me for DD details, or I do have PayPal. I don't have an Etsy shop, so I have Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So you can PM me for details if you're interested. And I'm also happy to send overseas anywhere if anyone's interested in paying the extra mailing. The mailing within Australia is about $12.30, I think. 75. My help is not much help. Okay, it's for $12 something anyway. It goes in one of those 5 kilo satchels. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.